Hi, and welcome back to Module 3 of Naviswork Essential Training. And this time we are going to create a construction sequence, and we're going to use the schedules coming in from an external file, and in this case it will be an XML file. But for now I need you to open up folder number 5, and instead of Office Timeliner, I want you to open Office Timeliner Complete. Okay. And let's go to tasks here, and make sure that you have, okay, here you go, and just make sure you have tasks here, and it should be empty, and we're going to basically bring in from an external file. And in order to bring an external file, you need to go to data sources, add, we're going to add a Excel file kind of thing. So it wasn't XML, it was CSV file, sorry, CSV file format. And go locate folder number 5, and there will be a folder called Timeliner in folder number 5. There will be a subfolder called Path. And before we click on this subfolder Path, I'm just going to explain to you why there's 3 folders over here. So one is the construction schedule that only has the plan data, and the other one has the one that says actual, actually contains both the plan and actual dates of the construction progress. And Path is basically where we are pointing, asking Naviswork to locate the file. So right now in Path, inside Path is this Excel file, Trapolo construction schedule, that is actually the planned schedule, but not the actual schedule yet. So just open this one. And once you select that file, okay, you can, you probably need to, I've already set it before, so it kind of have all these already preset, but in case if it's not preset, make sure to tie in as many elements as possible. So basically on the left hand side that says column, these are pre-created attributes or properties in Naviswork, and those on the right hand side are properties or property headers of taken from Excel file. So if you do not believe that, I'm just going to open the Excel file, Path here, and okay, basically it's this file. There's one called the, if you are concerned about 2 files inside the folder, actually one is a worksheet, Microsoft Excel file, one is a CSV file. You need a CSV file. You need to convert the Excel file to a CSV file, and that will be readable by Naviswork. You cannot directly read an Excel file in Naviswork. Okay, so just make sure when you save your Excel file, save it as a CSV file. So the file actually looks like that, and there's ID, name, plan, plan start, plan end, actual start, actual end, material, and labor cost. So these are the only informations available in Excel file, and you try to match them as much as possible to those pre-created in Naviswork. Yeah, so just make sure all these are set appropriately. Actual start, press OK, and if you go to tasks, you should see that it's still empty. In order to populate it, you need to go to data source, and before that, just going to rename this to be construction program here. And once I rename it, right click and rebuild task hierarchy. Okay, it's going to say there's some problems here, and we just look at these problems. It says that there is no actual start date and actual end date, which is pretty true because if you look at the Excel file, it is currently blank at this point in time. So just click OK, go back to task. You can see they have created the construction schedule based off the Excel. So I'm just going to open up the Excel file to show you that it's exactly the same that it came from the Excel file. Okay, so this Excel file, the name is here, structural basement, all of these are taken on this column itself. Okay, and you can see actual has no dates, and therefore this doesn't have a date at all, and that's why there was an error, which we're going to resolve it later, not now. Okay, let's close the Gantt charts here, and so when we bring in the task, you'll notice that under task type there is the task type is not specified, and we really need the task type to be set before we can do the simulation. However, there's a total of about 260 tasks. So imagine if you do construct, you need to do it 260 times. So I'm going to teach you a faster method to fill all of them with the same information. You click on the first one. So the first item, you minimally need to set this as construct, minimally. So the first one must be construct. The rest you can leave it blank. Hold the shift button, click on the last item, the last task. Right click anywhere in the column of task type, anywhere here. Right click and use the fill down button, and that will actually take a few seconds. So it will look like it's not working, but just wait a few seconds, you'll be done. And the other portion that we need to do 260 times is the attach. However, I'm going to teach you a faster way that you can use to speed up this process, just like we speed up for task type. And that is actually, let me see this, where's the button here? This button, auto attach using rules. Okay, there's 3 options here, and what I want you to do is just make sure only the middle one is selected. I'm going to explain to you what happens later. Okay, so once the middle one is selected, click on apply rules, and just wait a few seconds, you will be able to see items are being attached. You can see after a few seconds, all these items are basically being attached here, right? So how did Naviswork knows what it needs to attach to and what just happened, right? So if I go open up the panel again to read this, what it says here is map, okay, or you can say synchronize a column name. This is the name here, column name, to selection sets with the same name. Okay, you might not be able to see the selection set, so right now I'm going to change this to sets and open this options panel here again, and you're saying the column name and the sets name, if they are the same name, then match them together. So B1 structural foundation, B1 structural foundations, parking, structural, parking, structural. So what it means that when you have a construction schedule, you would want to have your VDC team to name the sets after the construction schedule, so that you can use this feature called the auto attach using rules that will speed up a whole lot of process. So whatever you see for the sets when you create, the naming convention should follow as closely as possible to the construction schedule for this method to work. So if you kind of like, this is B1 stairs, but you name your stairs as stairs B1 instead of B1 stairs, then Naviswork can auto attach this for you. So just make sure, try to follow as closely as possible. That will save you quite a bit of time when you need to create your animation. So once you are done, just when you're doing Timeliner, there's a lot of bugs in this software, especially with regards to the Timeliner tool. Just save often, okay, and go to simulate settings and just make sure this is planned. And since it's about 260 tasks, you probably need a longer duration. I'm just going to set it as 30 for now. Press OK, press play, and you can see the construction of the building in 30 seconds. Again, you can move around, pan around, zoom, rotate while the simulation is playing, no problem. Okay, so you will notice this is the easy way of using a construction sequence from other sources to bring it into Naviswork to create the task. Okay, let's go back to data sources, and I want you to open your Window Explorer. And so this time I mentioned to you that we have 3 photos here, and right now we're going to update. Let's say we know some of the dates for the actual construction, and we want to make a simulation between the planned dates and the actual construction simulation in Naviswork. So I already created a file called actual. All you got to do is right click, copy. Wait a minute, I think, okay, you need to open up this file first. Okay, don't copy this, just open up your Excel file. Let me see. Okay, this is the file, and this actual file is the same name, but it contains additional information such as the dates. So file, save as, browse probably, and instead of Excel workbook, you need a CSV file. Okay, and you can use this one here, CSV comma delimited here for the CSV file. Press save, and just click yes, and you can close this. So now you have one that is Excel workbook and one is CSV file. Take this file, copy, go to path and overwrite the previous file. That should be fine. And what you can do here, going back to Naviswork, is to right click and press synchronize, or you can go for refresh button. They're actually the same, they do the same thing, synchronize or refresh. So it's going to use synchronize and go back to task. You will see now actual is being updated with a set of new information all the way down. Okay, so if you have made any modification to your schedule, any change in information, just right click synchronize. Of course, the native file must be saved first before you can synchronize your new information into Naviswork. Go to configure tab. I'm just going to save again in case my computer hangs again, normally it does. What I need to do again, early appearance, just make it to blue, late appearance, make it to red. Okay, I'm going to, once that is done, go back to the simulate tab and make sure your settings are plan against actual. So take some time here. Settings, plan against actual, and then you can play the simulation. Okay, just make sure this is under configure tab. Early is blue, late is red, and you can start playing the animation.